After your pre-screen has passed, you will have gotten an email that says, hey, pre-screen's approved, time to go pay your fees. So you swing out to the permitting and licensing site and go ahead and get logged in. Okay. Here we are at our dashboard here on the site. I've paid my fees. The plan has gone into review. The first review has been completed and it's come back with some corrections required. So they found some changes that need to be made. We're going to swing over to our third project here, our building permit that's currently active. So we're going to go into the home screen here. You'll still get an email when you get these resubmittal tasks, but we did want to show you there is a new tool to allow you to access your reviews from the permitting and licensing site directly. So if you are logged into your account and go to My Records, you'll see a list of all of the permits that your account is associated with. So these are the kind of records that you can request inspections on or throw into a cart. You can manage them in some way or another. Here is my BLD 21-1001. It's marked returned to applicant. So this has been sent back to me with corrections. I'm going to go ahead and click on that BLD number. This takes me into the case itself, into the record on permitting and licensing. There it goes. And so this should be a fairly familiar screen to most of you. I do want to call out, however, that if you look here next to payments, there's actually a new button called More. And this is where your plan review access lives. So after the case has been created, after the ePlan case has been created and you've received your invitation, if you're associated with this permit, you'll be able to see this. And what this is a quick overview of what is happening on the case. So if you have an active task that's been assigned to you, it'll be listed up here at the top. And then you get a little bit of information about the project itself. What type of review it is, how many files have been uploaded, plus a link directly to that file library, how long the project has been active, what the current status is, how many review comments are waiting for you to resolve. There's 5 listed currently, and again, a link directly to those comments. Which reviewers left comments and what the current active task is. So if this was in review, you'd be able to see which reviewers are still reviewing it. At the moment, it's waiting for the applicant to do it. So we're going to start by actually going and looking at the review comments. So I'm going to, and if I click View Review Comments, this takes me directly into my record. And I was logged in, but the system is also, if you're using the same email in ePlan as you are on the permitting and licensing site, it should be smart enough to bring you into this case without requiring you to log in separately. You will notice up at the top here, I've lost my home icon and other navigation tools. This brings me only into a view of the case itself. I can only access this specific BLD from that link. So it doesn't really bring you into the whole ePlan site. It's taking you specifically to a record. So here is my reviews tab and a list of all of the reviews. I can see the resolved comments, but here are my unresolved markups from this last review cycle. Next is the status page. And when we go look at this, it should look very familiar to you because it's almost exactly what we saw on the permitting and licensing site. So you can see as it loads here, it gives you the review type, how many files, how much time has elapsed, what the current comments are, what the active task is. So it's pretty much the same information that you can see on this plan review screen here. We are going to swing back to our applicant resubmit task. So let's zoom in a little bit just so it's a little easier to see. Open up the applicant resubmit task. It pulls it up in a secondary window. And again, you can accept this task from here in ePlan or from this link out here on this permitting and licensing site.